Hi, welcome to Kitchen 701. Tonight we're going to do a super easy thing. We're going to work on preserving some more zucchini because if your garden is anything like mine, you are up to your eyeballs in zucchini, which isn't a bad problem. You just want to make sure that you use it all and that it doesn't go to waste. So only a couple things needed for this. We need a cutting board, knife. We need like 4 small to medium zucchini, and I threw in 1 summer squash just for the color, salt, and a spiralizer. So yes, we are going to make zoodles. I've got this little tiny spiralizer. You could get one of those big countertop ones. They work really nice. They're really nice to have. I just don't have one. I haven't really bit the bullet to get one yet. It takes up a lot of space. It does work really good. So for now, I'm gonna use this because I can just shove this in the drawer. It's easy to clean and you know, it works just as well. There's 2 different sides to this, so depending on the gauge that you want, there's a smaller or the bigger one. I always use the bigger one because zoodles, you need some substance with them. I don't think the smaller ones, I've never even tried it. I don't think the smaller ones would be quite to what we would want. So zoodles can be a really good low carb, low calorie, really good substitute for your pasta. And believe me, it really is a good substitute. You may be wondering, well, how does it actually turn out if we make zoodles? What happens, you know, when I have leftovers or whatever? Freeze them. And so what we'll do today is we're going to actually just make them and get them ready to go in the freezer. So I have some that I actually froze already and defrosted. So you can see this is just pulling them right out of the freezer. They look awesome and they taste awesome. They aren't loaded full of water. They don't get mushy, and I'll show you how to do that. So this is our end goal. You get some gallon bags, or even if you want to do the food saver and vacuum seal them, that is awesome too. But I'll show you how to get there. It's so simple. Okay, so we are going to cut the ends off our zucchini and our squash. And you obviously don't need to do the squash, but it adds some really beautiful color in there that I think is really nice to have. So in my house, we do zoodles basically instead of noodles for many recipes. A really good one is the Alfredo with shrimp. You can do a red sauce too, but what I like about the zoodles is you don't have the carbs, you don't have the calories and the fat, no gluten if you're into that thing too. So then you can kind of splurge on a good sauce, make a good creamy sauce, and you don't feel as guilty. And then you get some good nutrition too. All right, super simple. We just take this and literally spiralize it. Let me get my bowl here. Actually, it's the colander. So just spiralize it right into a colander because another step of this process is draining the water. So you can see as I'm spiralizing this, look how cool that is. Just comes out in beautiful noodle-like structure. Just looks awesome. Obviously it comes out in one big long string. I think that's cool. If you want to cut it up, go for it. I think it'd be really fun for kids. They would get a kick out of that. Okay, so that's about it. Then you get this funky little thing to throw away. Or if you have chickens like me, it goes to the girls. You don't want to waste that. It's a good snack for them. So this is seriously so easy, so colorful. And there's really only like these 2 steps involved. Well, maybe 3. Cutting the ends off, spiralizing this, and then we need to put some salt and let them sit for a little bit to drain some excess water and kind of draw that water out of the noodles, which makes it so freezer friendly and doesn't get bogged down with all that water. So I will just keep spiralizing here with the last 2. Okay, seriously, how easy was that, right? Now we have this big pile of zucchini noodles and squash noodles. Now this may look like a lot. You may be thinking, wow, that's way too much for a meal. But this is really enough for, I would say, 2 meals plus some leftovers, maybe 1 meal of leftovers, because by the time you cook this down, it cooks down in, I would say, about half. So it really isn't as much as it looks like, and it's gonna be so yummy, you're gonna wanna eat it all anyway, and you don't have to feel bad about it. Okay, so we've got some sea salt here. We're gonna sprinkle that in here. You want kind of a decent amount. We're gonna sprinkle that in here, kind of mix it around. And then, again, like I said, this is so easy. The next step is we're just going to put this colander in the bowl and just let it sit. We wanna let it sit for a good 20-25 minutes, and that really draws out all that water. It'll drain into the bowl, and then literally all you do is put this in a freezer bag. Make sure it's a freezer bag, not a store, you know, a little Ziploc bag that isn't meant for the freezer, and that's it. Defrost it, and then I would say defrost it 2 days before, take it out of the freezer 2 days before you want to eat it, so it's fully defrosted, and start cooking. You can saute it. Some methods are where you boil it for a minute or two, but the easiest way is honestly to put some olive oil in the pan and saute it for a little bit, and then add your yummy sauce. Doesn't that look good? All right. Thanks for watching.